Hey everyone, my name is David Ruben. Thank you for coming and visiting to the MD Bankruptcy Center website. We are a law firm that handles bankruptcy cases in the state of Maryland. We've been doing it for about 27 years. Today is May 27th, 2020. And why is that important? Of course, because we're in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. And over the last several months, the stimulus checks have been helpful to many of you. And the unemployment that you're receiving is still probably going on. But at some point, those things are going to end. And we don't know when this pandemic is going to end. And we don't know when the economy is going to get back to the way it was before the pandemic started. And many people were considering filing bankruptcy or doing something with their bills to alleviate their debt before this all hit. I know, because I've been doing this for so long and I talk to people every day, that the large majority, 99.9% of people never want to file bankruptcy. Almost everyone that comes into me explores every option they can before they come to me. They try to pay their debts. They try to deal with credit repair companies or debt consolidation companies. They try to negotiate with their credit card companies. They try to negotiate with their mortgage companies. But sometimes it's not enough. And this, on top of everything else, this COVID-19 catastrophe that we're all suffering, has probably put many people over the edge. And that's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing wrong with filing bankruptcy. In fact, did you know, bankruptcy is part of the federal government. Bankruptcy is in the United States Constitution. When our founding fathers wrote the Constitution, they put in there that people in the United States have the right to file bankruptcy under certain circumstances because they recognized that it is no way to live and is no way to run a country to have people that have all this debt, having their wages garnished, having their houses foreclosed upon, and absolutely have no way to seek relief. No, you're not going to go to jail in the United States if you don't pay your debts, but your life can be absolutely ruined. And I get calls from people every day. These credit card companies that charge these ridiculous amounts of interest are coming after you, garnishing your wages, often for money that you didn't even spend on the credit cards. It's the interest, or the mortgage companies are coming after you, or these landlords that are coming after you. And bankruptcy has been around forever in the right circumstances, if it is right for you, and there are parameters. It's not for everybody. You have to have some kind of financial difficulties in order to do it. And there's a lot of good faith checks to make sure that you're doing it the right way. But bankruptcy is paid for by us. Bankruptcy is federal. It's not state. Bankruptcy, there's two bankruptcy courts in Maryland. One's in Baltimore, one's in Greenbelt. It's your federal tax dollars. It's our federal tax dollars that pays for this process, that pays the salaries of the judges and the clerks and the trustees that administer these cases. So it's not like you're taking advantage of a system or anything like that by considering bankruptcy and filing bankruptcy. You're using what you've paid into for your benefit in a time of need. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And a lot of people say, but isn't it going to ruin me for the rest of my life? I can't believe I'm doing this. No, it doesn't ruin you for the rest of your life. It is okay if you're doing it for the right reasons. Sure, are there people out there that just want to file bankruptcy and scam the system and do that? Sure. Those are the kind of clients that I want to take on? Absolutely not. And I don't. If I get the sense that somebody's doing that, I turn them away. But like I said, 99.9% of people are people that have been affected by the economy now with this COVID-19. Before that, it's divorce cases. It's loss of job. It's medical situations. And people have been doing this for years. And why is it good? Why is it a good thing for our economy? Just like the stimulus checks that gives you money to put back into the economy, to boost the economy because now everybody's getting money. It's the same thing. It's eliminating your debt. So now when you get paid, you have more money in your paycheck that you can use to stimulate the economy. That's the premise. It helps out people in need, legitimately in need, to get them back on your feet. So that's why bankruptcy you shouldn't be ashamed of doing, especially in a time like this with COVID-19. So what do we do now? You're at my website. I have videos on my website. You're welcome to watch all the videos and get as much information as you possibly can. I've written some articles for the website. And frankly, if you want to Google bankruptcy and find out more about it from other sources, that's okay too. Bankruptcy isn't something that they teach you in school. We're not given a bankruptcy class in high school. We're not given any financial advice in high school. And nobody's ever been in a situation where we have to deal with a pandemic where we just don't have work anymore, or we're getting our salaries cut or anything like that. There are no classes in college for it. And if you don't know a family member or a friend that's done it, how else are you going to find out about it? So what we encourage you to do is read the articles, look at the videos, and most importantly, call me. I recognize that there's no way for you to know how this system works and how bankruptcy works because that's not what you do every day. For example, if I need my car fixed, I need to call a mechanic. And I'm going to ask him or her what I need to do with my car because I don't know anything about cars. That's an example. And I don't know much about cars. But it's the same concept. This is what I've been doing every day for the last 27 years, keeping up on the laws and helping people get rid of their debt. So this information, this website is here for you to find out as much information as you need. But in the end, you're going to need to speak to an attorney. And I'd be happy to answer any of your questions, whether it's in person, whether you want to fill out one of my forms on my website, you want to call the office. You can call us anytime. We'll respond to you. There's going to be a lot of people filing bankruptcy over the next year or two because of this pandemic. And that's okay. And we're ready for it. And feel free to call us anytime. Like I said, it's a free consultation. It should not cost you anything to meet with someone and get information that everybody should have information about. That's just not fair. And I've never thought that was fair for lawyers to charge for consultations for something like that. And I give you as much time as you need. Mostly, I can talk to you on the phone for 5 or 10 minutes and probably tell you what it is that you can do or can't do, and we can go from there. But if it takes you 20 minutes, that's okay too. If you want to come in my office and tell me your story and sit down with me for an hour, that's okay too. So send me a message through my website, call my number. I'd be happy to help you. Don't be ashamed about being where you are. It's okay. It's going to get better. This may be the right path for you. From a financial standpoint, what my clients tell me almost all of the time is they can't believe they didn't do it sooner. It was the best financial decision they ever made. It was the best thing they could do for their family, and they're happy they did it. And, look at our reviews on the websites. That's what people say. And from our perspective, I know I've been talking about bankruptcy as a means to help you. What we do is we set up what we think is the best client services possible. The law's the same. It's not that complicated for most bankruptcies. We're going to eliminate your debt and give you a fresh start. But the interaction with the attorney or the law firm that you have is usually very important to you. I know it is for me when I'm dealing with my important personal issues. So I have lawyers who work for me and paralegals who work for me and legal assistants who I think, frankly, are the best in the state of Maryland. And we are ready and willing and able to help you whenever you reach out.